This week in discussion 8, we are supposed to look at some steps in development for a personal learning network or things that we need to consider. Something that I realized in creating the EduBlog today was that it's similar to creating a website, and you need to have time to maintain it for it to be kept up to date. And that's something that I have learned in updating my website. I don't have my students keep planners. I put everything on my website. And to do that, you've got to have the time to do it and take the time to do it, just like you would take the time to have your students put information in their planners. Um, I find that if you have too many things, too many sites or too many blogs or too many networks that you're connected to, um, with the time that it takes to keep them updated, I think you'd get lost in the shuffle. That's just my own personal opinion. And I think if you're going to have blogs and networks, you need to pick and choose what you're going to use so that way you don't get bogged down and you are able to keep them up to date. Just like using a website, if you don't keep it up to date, then it's no use for your parents, no use for your students, and it is worthless. So those are just my own personal thoughts as far as developing a blog and your personal network. Other things that I think you need to consider are: is it student user friendly, or is it mainly for your parents? Who is your audience? And I think that's really huge in developing any kind of a network. Who's the audience going to be? My PLCs, the only people I find them useful for are my principal, who is my supervisor and wants us to do them, and my team, our sixth grade team, because we're the ones who get something out of it. Um, my parents and my students, they don't benefit from those. Well, my students do, and my parents might, but my students do. But my parents aren't really going to benefit from my PLCs and that particular network. So I've got to have some sort of personal learning network that benefits my parents, which is my website, and which happens to also be Class Dojo. So there's many things we have to consider when we are developing any of these networks or any of these sites or blogs, and what we're going to use them for. Thanks.